What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk, and I just finished watching the Robert Easter Jr. Dennis Shafikov fight. And it was a very good fight, very entertaining battle that took place last night on PBC on Bounce TV. Going into the fight, I predicted that Robert Easter Jr. would win a unanimous decision. I thought that his skills, his height, his reach, his youthfulness would be too much for the rugged and tough experience Dennis Shafikov. But as the fight played out, it kind of went the way I thought it could go if Robert Easter Jr. didn't fight a disciplined, smart fight. Early on in the fight, he came out, jabbing, using his jab on the, moving around, circling, jabbing, doing good. He would throw a right hand, he would throw a left hook, and he had, Shafikov on the end of his jab, which was a good sign for him. The fight was easy, for him, but he started to have the mental lapses, the mental breakdowns, and we're not just gonna not give Shafikov credit for doing it because he stayed resilient. He kept bringing the pressure. He was able to get on the inside of that jab, and he was doing great work to the body. He was landing the overhand left because he's a southpaw. He was landing the overhand left repeatedly on Robert Easter Jr., who for some reason just loves to give up his height, loves to fight small and not fight tall. And as you've seen in the Richard Comey fight and some of his other fights, he makes it much more difficult than it has to be. Because if he would just use his physical abilities and his skills, he would easily win these fights or wouldn't take so much damage. One thing I give Easter Jr. is that he seems to have a very solid chin. Even though Shafikov wasn't the biggest puncher, what he was in 40 fights, he has 20 knockouts. So he's a decent power puncher, but he's nothing too devastating that Easter had to worry about. But the fight was close. I mean, I gave it to Easter by 2 rounds, although he was holding on late in the fight. In the middle rounds, he was able to kind of, tip the scale back in his favor when he got back on his stick, using the jab, throwing that right hand. And he displayed fast hands. He would fire off, 3, 4 punch combinations that rocked Shafikov, and he was hitting it with uppercuts that were mean uppercuts. And it was crazy because he had shrunk himself so much, he had bent over so much that they were almost the height differential significantly changed. Easter's what, 5'11", I think. Shafikov is 5'6", 5'7", maybe. I'm not sure, maybe taller than that. But by the time they were on the inside and Easter Jr. was squaring up, they weren't far. It was like they was an inch or two apart in height, and that allowed Shafikov to have a lot of success. He killed Easter Jr. with that overhand left. He killed him with the right hook. He was going to the body. I mean, he was throwing uppercuts as well. He was pressing the action, and he had some successful moments, a lot of successful moments in this fight. Easter Jr. was tired as hell, and that tells you right there that those power body shots were, wearing him down. He was holding on, but he did enough, in my opinion, to win. But he didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? And for him moving forward, he's going to have to be disciplined. He may need a new trainer who can get into his ear and keep him focused and, demand that he stays with the game plan. It's good to entertain. He fight in front of his hometown crowd in Toledo, Ohio, where he's from, and he wanted to put on a good outing, which you can't blame him. But as you step up against, step your competition up against the likes of a Mikey Garcia, Jorge Linares, Terry Flanagan, Felix Verdejo, and these guys, you're gonna have to be on it. You got to be on it in all facets of your game. And last night's performance tells me that he still has a ways to go before he can compete with Jorge Linares, Mikey Garcia. Not sure about Terry Flanagan, but hell, if you fight like that, those guys are going to beat you, and you may get stopped because he's too damn skilled to be that damn hittable. And a lot of people was talking about it last night on Facebook. He kind of reminded him of Paul Williams in terms of the height and his action style, but fundamentally and skill wise, Easter Jr. is better in my opinion. Not much better, but he's better, and I think that Easter Jr. could be a star in boxing. But if he keeps fighting like this, keeps fighting his opponent's style of fight, he's gonna have a short reign as a champion. He took too many shots, man, and that shit is not good. It ain't no way in hell that a guy that's much shorter than you should be landed at will, especially with the skill set you possess. And I'm very big on the jab. And like I said, when he was using the jab, it was on. It was, Shafikov couldn't even touch him. But when he started to abandon it, he started to, get tagged to the body. He started being lazy. He started, admiring his work. Started feeling himself. That's when the fight started to change. And credit to Shafikov because he came to fight. He came to fight. He did a very good job. And those scorecards was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Those scorecards were really bullshit. And you can make a case that Shafikov won the fight. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give it to him. I scored a 115, 113 for Easter. I like the work that he did early and then in the middle of the rounds. And, he won a few of the late rounds. But like I said, I wouldn't be mad with anybody that said the Easter Jr. lost the fight because that's how close it was. It shouldn't have been that close. He should have, finished the fight like he started it, using that jab, simple 1-2. And Austin Trout pointed it out. He said, well, go back to the 1-2. Jab right hand. That's what was every time he would throw that right hand, it would stop Shafikov in his tracks. He threw it right uppercut, it would stop Shafikov in his tracks. So Shafikov felt the power. It didn't deter him, but if he would have, used more of his boxing ability to set up those power shots, he could have been the first guy to stop Shafikov. But he did not. He got himself drawn into a firefight, entertaining for fans, but not good for him. Going forward, he's going to have to tighten up, or he's not going to have a long title reign. He's not going to be the fighter that he wants to become, that he talks about becoming, because if you can't stay focused, and stick to the game plan, and you can't dictate the pace and, use your physical advantages, then you're not going to be able to be a dominant champion. Simple as that. I still have a lot of hope for him, but he's going to have to improve, and he said he gave himself a B- for this performance. I'm saying more like a C, because wasn't the performance I expected from him. I didn't think that Shafikov would lay down, but I thought that he would get thoroughly outboxed and potentially stop late. But again, those scorecards was bullshit, man. How you say that Shafikov didn't win fucking no round? And it was two judges that scored at 120 and 108. No round? Look, man, he arguably won the fight, and you gonna give him no rounds? They got to do something with this judge because that was bullshit. That discredits everything that Shafikov did in that ring. Even though we seen it, the fans there seen it, everybody watching seen it. He knows what happened. Easter knows that that fight was a nail biter. But like I said, Easter Jr. in my opinion won 115, 113. It was a very good fight, very good performance by Shafikov. Not a very good performance by Easter Jr. because I expect more from him. Hopefully, maybe he bringing somebody to help fine tune some things in his arsenal that needs to be worked on because Mike Stafford seems to not be getting it. But that remains to be seen. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Make sure to turn those notifications on to get notified every time we upload content. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Talk to me. Follow us on Twitter at Colossal CBT. Head over to Facebook. Smack that like button on the Colossal Boxing Talk Facebook page. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.